Welcome! Let's dive right into today's explainer, where we're unpacking 5 completely interconnected stories from June 11th, 2026. We are mapping out exactly how technology is transforming everything, and I mean everything, from the money in our wallets to the literal cosmos above us. So, if you're fascinated by how rapidly our world is shifting right now, you are in the exact right place. We're looking at a series of massive strategic pivots happening as we speak that will absolutely define our next decade. Here is our roadmap for the 5 strategic frontiers we'll be exploring today. First, AI super app evolution. Second, financially autonomous AI. Third, gaming's economic reality. Fourth, the attention economy war. And finally, unlocking cosmic mysteries. Let's get right into it. All right, frontier number 1, AI's super app evolution, and OpenAI's massive $850 billion gambit. So, led by Codex architect Thibaut Sautiao, there is a massive overhaul underway over at OpenAI. It's codenamed Aria, and the goal here is to make ChatGPT the absolute, indispensable operating system for all knowledge work. Why? Well, they need to justify a staggering $850 billion pre-IPO valuation. The big takeaway here is that OpenAI isn't just trying to build a better chatbot anymore. They are going straight for the jugular of Google Workspace and Microsoft 365. Imagine just casually telling your AI to write some code, test it, email your team the results, and schedule a review meeting for tomorrow, all entirely autonomously. It's a game changer, but it's also a huge tightrope walk. If they add too much complexity, casual users might just pack up and flee to simpler alternatives. Moving right along to frontier number 2, financially autonomous AI, or basically AI with actual purchasing power. With the recent launch of Coinbase for Agents, we have officially crossed a massive threshold into the era of agentic AI. Listen, we are no longer talking about chatbots that just give you polite advice. We're talking about artificial intelligence systems that transition from merely providing information to autonomously executing real-world actions that actually have financial consequences. You could literally tell your AI, hey, if Bitcoin drops 10%, allocate $500 to buy. It watches the markets 24/7 and executes the trade while you're fast asleep. The AI has evolved from a passive little assistant into an autonomous economic actor with its very own purchasing power. Now, this evolution brings up a wild, terrifyingly stark contrast between revolutionary opportunities and critical risks. On one hand, yeah, you get flawless, emotion-free, 24/7 trading. You get democratized access to super complex automated strategies. But on the other hand, you face the very real threat of AI hallucinations, executing incredibly costly mistakes, or nasty security vulnerabilities like prompt injections. Just think about it for a second. A compromised AI agent means a hacker has direct, unfettered access to your financial assets. And what happens if thousands of AI agents all react to the exact same market dip simultaneously? They could amplify a regular flash crash to totally catastrophic levels. It is a fascinating leap forward for sure, but one that demands extreme caution. All right, shifting gears entirely to frontier number 3, gaming's economic reality and what we're calling the $70 crisis. The math behind the video games we all love to play, it simply is not adding up anymore. AAA game budgets have ballooned well past $200 million. That is literally more than most Hollywood blockbuster movies. Yet, gamers adamantly refuse to pay more than the $70 price ceiling that was established way back in 2020. Today, development cycles take 5 to 7 years. They require armies of over 500 people, and then marketing throws another 50 to 100 million right on top of that. The supply-side costs are completely out of control. But we, as consumers, just expect more and more content, often for free. If one single massive game flops today, it can literally bankrupt an entire studio overnight. So, how on earth do they survive this? Well, the industry is currently splitting into 2 very diverging strategies. On one side, you have Xbox floating a pretty unpopular solution, introducing in-game advertising to subsidize those massive costs. Basically, they'd offer a cheaper entry tier, but your immersion gets interrupted by ads. Yuck, right? But on the other side, you have Rockstar using a powerful magnet approach. By including the 13-year-old GTA 5 story mode within their $8 a month GTA Plus subscription, they are actively locking millions of players into a recurring revenue stream right before they launched the massively anticipated GTA 6. They're brilliantly trading unpredictable, one-off game sales for the absolute holy grail of business: predictable, recurring subscriptions. Which brings us to frontier number 4. The attention economy war, where we're seeing history literally get gamified. Okay, let's play a really quick game. I want you to genuinely think about this for a second. Which came first, the telephone or the Eiffel Tower? Lock in your guess. If you guessed the telephone, invented in 1876, you nailed it. But the real takeaway here isn't the trivia. It's how you just engaged with that fact. Gamification transforms passive reading into active engagement. Wikipedia is actually using this exact Wordle-style gamification strategy right now on iOS to compete directly with the endless scroll of TikTok for your daily attention. They launched a game simply called Which Came First? By making historical knowledge feel like a fun puzzle you want to solve, rather than just a dry encyclopedia entry you have to passively read, Wikipedia is trying to build a daily habit. They want to be the app you instinctively open every morning just for fun. Finally, let's zoom all the way out for frontier number 5. Unlocking cosmic mysteries, and the strange case of the live fast, die young galaxy. We are going way back to the origins of the universe. Astronomers using the James Webb Space Telescope along with ALMA radio telescopes just solved a really persistent cosmological puzzle. They were observing a massive early galaxy called Crystal 02, which existed just about 1 billion years after the Big Bang, and they directly detected a massive plume of cold molecular gas being violently blasted away from the galaxy center, extending out over 7,000 light years. Now, since cold gas is the absolute essential raw material needed to form new stars, this is direct observational evidence of a galaxy-killing wind. We are quite literally watching galactic death happen in real time. This whole phenomenon is known as the starvation mechanism, and it's honestly a bit of a cruel cosmic irony. It works in a 4-step cycle. First, intense star formation occurs as the young galaxy builds stars at just a blistering pace. Second, these massive new stars produce tremendous energy and supernova explosions, which create powerful galactic winds. Third, because these early galaxies have lower gravity, those winds easily overpower the galaxy's gravitational pull, expelling all that vital cold star-forming gas right out into the void. And finally, step 4, without that gas, star formation entirely shuts down. The galaxy starves. It effectively destroys its own future through its own intense productivity. Mind-blowing, right? There's a quote from the Tekin Night report that I think perfectly wraps this up. The future isn't coming, it arrived tonight. From AI autonomously managing our hard-earned money to telescopes directly witnessing the death throes of ancient galaxies, technology is fundamentally transforming reality. Just think about the invisible thread connecting all these frontiers today. OpenAI is trying to automate our entire workflows. Coinbase is letting AI take the wheel on our finances. Gaming giants and Wikipedia are engineering brilliant new ways to monopolize our attention, and our most advanced instruments are entirely rewriting the science textbooks on how the cosmos operates. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. As our digital tools gain more and more autonomy and our entertainment demands constant gamified engagement, are we mastering these strategic frontiers? Or are they mastering us? Or are we actually using these incredible tools to expand our human potential? Or are we simply becoming the data points that feed their evolution? It is a huge question, and one we're going to have to answer together as these frontiers keep unfolding. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep asking the big questions, and I will catch you next time.